What topic are we doing again?
Why femboys are so fuckable?
Uh,
No, so
I can speak for hours about that.
we're going with what you went with, Jackie, and how VR has changed me as a person.
I become more fuckable.
All right, but first, let's introduce this week's sponsor. Hi there, Agent Reaper VR here to talk to you about OtakuAnime.com. OtakuAnime.com is an anime clothing brand going from t-shirts to hoodies. You can choose from different animes like Hunter x Hunter, Chainsaw Man, and others. Go to tacoanime.com, place your order in, and at checkout, use my promo code AgentReaperVR and get 25% off your order. So remember, with tacoanime.com, AgentReaperVR for the promo code.
Podcast mode engaged. Activating introduction mode. Introduction mode beginning in 3, 2. Hello and welcome to Agent Reaper VR podcast. I am the monotone voice of Agent Reaper. Unfortunately, I have not had an upgrade yet to give me human emotions yet. To the right of me is Slut Passion, to the left of me is Slut Penny, and to the right is, the left is Slut Jackie. I'm surrounded by sluts tonight. Thanks for the show, I'm off to get fucked.
What a lucky boy Agent is.
Anyway, hello and welcome to the VR podcast. I fucked that up. Hello and welcome to the VR Talk Show podcast. As Penny was mentioning, as always, to the left of me is Passion. To the right is Penny, our residential British narrator. And now a newcomer and friend, Jackie, who was kind enough to join us
Hello.
and was kind enough to give us our topic for today, which is how has VR changed me or my mind as a person? So, when we start...
Technically with you, you just need more components.
Shut up. Anyway, so how VR has changed me is I wasn't very sociable as a person. So I would usually just stick with myself or just like my basic routine. I wouldn't really hang out with anyone outside of work, or I try to hang out with people, but either they didn't have time, or they would say they will hang out with me, and then the day of it, they changed their mind at the last minute, saying something came up.
Oh god, I hate that.
I know, right? It's so annoying. So having VR kind of takes that away, because anyone who goes on VR really has nowhere to go. So
It makes it even stranger that the fact that we're from different time zones and we can make time for you.
I know. Both you and Penny are 5 hours apart from both me and Passion. Anyway, when I first started playing on VR, one of the first things I tried was VR chat. And I tried to talk to people, and it was not bad, but I really didn't have much to say because I didn't know what people would like. But being on VR chat for, let's see, a year and a half now, I've been more sociable. So VR has made me more sociable as a person. And I tend to be a little bit more tolerable about people. And
It does also help that you.
what?
It does also help that you actually. I was saying it does also help that you actually have people to hang around with now. Because remember, we're like, got to be 6 months ago. Whenever you and I would hang around on a Sunday, it was usually just the two of us. And now, you've got loads of people, so that's helped a lot with you.
I know, yeah, it does. I mean, there's a lot more people to hang out with in VR. Like back in my old job, I'm pretty sure I was started to develop depression. But leaving that job and
That's a job.
Yeah. And it was a shitty job too. I hated it so much. I'm glad I burnt that bridge down. But anyway, quitting that job and having VR, even though I got VR years later, has very much changed my mood, put me in a better mindset, and made me more happier, even though I still get mad in the real world at people. But I can still come here, forget about the real world, and just hang out with the people that I care about and who care about me. So VR has changed me to be more sociable and to be more happier. Passion.
Aww.
How has
How
VR
cute.
changed you? Okay, that was wholesome. I'm pretty sure it made you change your mind to non-wholesome.
Well, like I say, Penny can kind of attest to it, but before I got into VR, I think I've told this story before, that I was very, antisocial. I had a lot of bad experiences with friends in the past, friends stabbed me in the back and whatnot. And I felt like it was better off to just be a lone wolf than, make friends again. But that's kind of when I met Penny through Twitter, and over the course of many months, Penny kind of bugged me to get on VR chat until eventually I finally caved
Months?
in and got on.
It was nearly a year.
Yeah? Okay, then. Yeah, so, eventually I got on, and, I was still very shy at first, but over time I have conquered a lot of my, social anxiety and whatnot, and I'd say I'm more sociable now than I ever have been, in my life, thanks to VR chat, so, yeah.
So,
Real upgrade from social outcast, would you say?
Introvert.
Mm-hmm.
Invert, yeah. Just shows that this really is a great platform to make friends.
it is a great platform. All right, Penny.
Oh.
How has VR changed you?
To be honest with you, that's a little bit of a difficult question because it's hard for me to remember if I've changed at all, really. Because I sometimes don't like looking back on my past because of things that have happened. So I'm sure some of you already know. But, let's just say being in VR chat has definitely made me a lot more comfortable with talking to complete and utter strangers. Like, I could be in a public world, which I rarely do, because of all the whiny brats. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I allowed to call people? Am I allowed to call the little bastards brats?
Yes.
Yes. You know who you are. You should not be playing VR chat unless you're 18. Anyway. But yeah, I can just go to a public world and join in on a conversation, or or even build the confidence up to host. Let's just say at one point in my life I did do some hosting for 2 groups, but let's just say those were those 2 particular groups in general that I don't like to talk about. You know the ones. I got accused of something I didn't do.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, those two groups. But thanks to being in VR, I've built up my confidence, and I now have a love of game shows. I'm asking Mad to make one for me. I know it's based off of a children's game show, but hey, you guys will love it anyway. The only thing I don't like about how I've changed in VR is I feel like I'm a different person a little bit. It's like when I'm at work, because I work in a supermarket retail, I have to do this whole scanning your items, saying, hello, do you need any bags? How are you? Are you having a nice day? Did you get yourself anything nice today? A little treat? And it is so awful. When I'm at home, not on VR, yeah, I don't know, I'm like a average person, but when I'm in VR, I'm more the way I am, like now, like, and I hate this, but I'm actually calling people on Discord hun, which is something I only ever did in text-based roleplays. Because Penny was a text-based character at first, my OC. And yeah, so confidence boosting, love of game show hosting, disliking the fact that I'm becoming more like outside of VR chat. I suppose it's not always a bad thing. Yeah,
it depends on how you see it, but yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Lady Armis told me something yesterday that they need you to narrate their life.
Yeah, they did say during the Press Your Luck game show, coming to you live from King's Corner bus station, it's Press Your Luck. And here's your host, the star of Press Your Luck, the bus driver from King's Corner, it's Pennylicious. Make sure you post that clip in when you do that.
Yeah.
But like I said, I would never have been able to do those sort of things. Like, I don't know if you guys would remember, but when I first started hosting, I was so shy, and you guys gave me that little extra boost saying, hey, we're not gonna laugh at you or anything, and well, now look at us, Miss goes for the whammies all the time.
I can't imagine you being shy, like, at all.
I can be very shy when I need to be. Well, not when I need to be, just when it pops up.
No, these two know you a lot longer than I do, especially hearing your voice and interacting with you. I think I've personally only heard your voice for and seen you in VR for a couple of months now.
Yeah, probably a couple of months.
But to me, you've always been this confident person.
It took a long time. I had to take several courses in college to get it to where it was now. I probably said in a previous stream, but I had a great teacher who would help me with my confidence. Unfortunately, he passed away many years ago, but yeah, still great guy. But yeah, going back to the original question, just confidence building, love of game shows. I just wish there were more current ones, but hey, that's what we got Mad for. And $150 he's charging for that game show, which is actually pretty good. Especially considering the conversion rate.
Oh, wow.
Well, remember, $150 is only about $130 for me, so cha-ching!
Anyway, Jackie.
Yeah.
How has VR changed you?
That's a difficult question, because when I brought this up, I didn't expect to be on the podcast. I thought I'd just throw out an idea, see if you wanted to use it. But
he didn't think he'd be welcome.
Did you really think you wouldn't be welcome on this podcast?
I've got the text messages to prove it.
I don't know if it's that I thought I would not be welcome. I just thought, hey, this is something completely different than what we normally do when we hangout, like goofing around on playing games and all that. This is like more of a, I don't know, serious. Your other thing?
Well, not that serious.
Boobs.
No, we already talked about boobs for 2 episodes. We need to get away from the not safe for work stuff. Even though yours are hanging out.
How about we discuss fashion sense?
I'm not too sure how.
I mean, there's plenty of avatars
guess
that have like fantastic fashion, but a lot of it's just for females.
I guess.
Sorry, I have to say this quickly. Fashion for
VR.
passion.
I guess with
Go ahead, Jackie.
VR, I'm a lot more outspoken than I normally am IRL. I get to truly act like how I want to, without being too nervous with how I would be judged of how I act. Yeah, I know I act all like horny all the time. But that's just me just having fun and messing about a lot of the time. VR, you get to just do what you like, you know? A lot of people, and since there's so many diverse groups in VR, people won't really judge you for it, you know? So you get more confident about who you want to be, and sometimes that confidence leaks out to real life to other people around you. Yeah, VR is a great boost of confidence.
Yeah, there's a lot of diverse people in VR chat, and a lot of them are acceptable about whoever or whatever you are.
Yeah, you might not find it straight away, but you know, you keep digging and looking, and you'll eventually find the right group.
Absolutely.
Certainly a lot easier doing it on here, where you can just type it in what your interests are, than IRL. Ugh.
I think with IRL, you have to actually get on a plane and go to wherever it is.
Yeah, it's so expensive. I think I saw. I calculated. Well, I didn't calculate. I saw if I wanted to see Passion or You, it would be like 500 something pounds to get over there. I could not afford that too.
That's cheap. Last time I went, I had to pay about 700-800.
Well,
Damn.
the last time I flew on a plane, I was going from Massachusetts to Georgia, and that cost me. Well, that was a 2-way trip, and that cost me about $500 in U.S. currency.
For me, the last time I went, which was in November 2019, I went to Indianapolis and San Antonio, Texas. But the thing is, I had to take a really weird flight. I had to go from Manchester to New York, New York to Atlanta, Atlanta to Indiana, Indiana to Texas, Texas back to Atlanta, Atlanta to Indiana, and then Indiana to Atlanta, Atlanta to New York, and then New York back to Manchester for the whole trip.
Wait a minute, why
I
did you
spent
have
more
to
time in
take a
Atlanta than the
connection
entire
flight?
trip.
Why'd you have to take a connection flight from Atlanta, Georgia to Indianapolis when you have one that went from Texas to Atlanta? That makes no sense.
I don't know. It seems like Atlanta is. I don't know that Atlanta seems to be the major hub. It's like I was once watching an episode of Family Guy. They did a Star Wars episode. Stewie was Darth Vader, and he goes, "We can travel millions of miles, and yet we still have to stop off in Atlanta."
No shit, right? Well, Atlanta, the Atlanta airport is huge.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I had
that's
to
like
take a subway.
I forget what it's called. It's the like an airport hub or something like that, where everything goes to it.
That's it.
I could never do
Like,
that
even,
much traveling or planning. Ugh, anxiety through the roof. No, no, no.
I even had to take a flight from Massachusetts to Florida, but then on the way back, we had to stop at Atlanta. Why do we have to stop at Atlanta on the way home?
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm never gonna forget the that first flight to New York because firstly, so imagine these are the wings of the aircraft. It started doing this as we landed.
Deja vu. I've been to this place before.
And secondly, we got stuck on the landing strip for an extra 25 minutes because Air Force One was getting ready to take off. Thank you, Trump.
Is that the recent thing?
What? No, this was back in 2019
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was
when
like
I
4
first
years
flew
ago.
from
Talking about
Manchester
the
to
most-
New York. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the most recent trip of his back to New York or
Why would
whatever.
Why would he be in Air Force One?
I don't know. My brain's zoned out.
Well, like he said back when we did the game show, why are these all American questions? Why can't these be British questions?
That game has a bias.
King's Corner.
I don't. I want to make something clear. I don't. Just because I'm British doesn't mean I watch Harry Potter. All right.
But don't they
Next
use
movie night.
But don't they like use like real world stuff for when it's the Muggle world?
No. No, that's all a lie. Not real.
Most
is
of it's
fake.
sets.
All right, you might have lucked out.
Diagon Alley was a set. Gringotts was a set.
Yeah, but that was in the
Hogwarts was a
Wizarding
set.
world. I'm talking about like the
Okay.
train station. That must have been real
On-
though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That.
Yeah,
well,
so that was King's Station.
Until they got to the scene where they were actually running through the wall. That part they had to probably do on a different set because how they actually did it was they actually the actual wall was like cut open, so there was like two walls on either side, and they just used CGI to make it look like there was a wall, so that when the characters went through, they were passing through the CGI effect.
All right.
Yeah, so they did actually use the train station, the actual. Like in the second movie, when they parked the car outside King's Cross, not King's Corner, it was actually that actual area.
All right. So we kind of got off topic from going from how VR changes to Atlantic flight connections to Harry Potter.
Nothing
what
wrong with
do
that.
you
It makes good
expect?
conversation.
So
We're all scatterbrained.
and Passion over here can only think about boobs.
Boobs are amazing, though.
Right.
I can see why you have two of them sitting next to you. Boom.
I mean,
I
it's
thought you were
pleasing
gonna-
to the eyes.
I was suddenly thinking that you were calling me impassioned idiots.
I mean, if you want to take
I know.
it that way.
Hey, wait a minute, hold on. I mean, I know they're in like female avatars. So, are you calling women stupid?
Facts.
Oh,
You heard it here on this podcast.
that's Jackie's opinion, and this may or may
I'm
not be
joking as
his
well.
last sighting. I can only imagine that. Oh, watch out! He's packing heat.
Oh, you think this is my first time with something in my face?
He? Fuck it.
If no one's figured it out, Jackie is our residential femboy.
Hey, Mum. Hey, Dad, if you ever see this. Have I disappointed you even more?
Oh, don't worry. Me and Agent can be your mummy and daddy. Wait, does that mean we have to get married?
My.
Oh God, I'm marrying a Vista.
If that's the case, you've missed
I want a divorce.
25
right?
birthdays. Pay up.
I'm trying.
That's
To,
25
I'm trying to think of
birthdays
something.
from each of you.
Well, in the 25 years, have you taken out the trash?
Of course. I have proper hygiene.
Have you washed the dishes?
Mm-hmm.
Have you mowed the lawn?
I hate that job, but yes.
I don't believe you. Go mow the lawn, damn it.
Alright, pull down your pants and I'll mow the lawn.
Wait, what? No, whoa.
That lawn, right?
No.
Oh.
Grass.
But no, I haven't mown the lawn. No.
Hang on. Agent Reaper, mower in disguise.
See, this is why I call you 1-star whenever we play Modern Warfare. Because you guys keep picking on me on here. So I have to pick on you whenever we play Modern Warfare.
It's fine.
It's the sincerest form of flattery.
Honestly, when it comes to two British people rapping at you, you know they care about you.
I know you guys.
Yeah, especially
care
when
about
you
me.
make
I mean, I care about you guys.
Oh no!
Then why didn't you show
Run
up?
away.
Then why didn't you show up at the birth?
At the buff?
Birth, BIRTH.
Oh, birth.
Going
Giving
along
birth.
with the whole thing.
Pregnant. Oh God, he ruined it by his incompetence.
Okay. Listen, I didn't go to college, okay?
Don't. It's rubbish. It's a waste of time.
Remember my story about the teacher I had who helped me with my confidence? Yeah, 3 years of college with him. So for me, it wasn't
rubbish
useless.
for me. It was rubbish for me.
Okay, we're still getting off topic. So, Jackie, how did VR...
Well, we kind of answered the question.
Oh, yeah. Were you done answering the question?
You were talking about you could be the type of person that you could be, you want to be IRL but can't because you'd be judged.
Well, yeah, because when you're walking around in real life, you can't exactly say everything that we have been saying. Usually, if you say those sort of things to random people, they'll judge you heavily. But you two seem to accept it pretty easily, or free even.
Yeah, I wouldn't judge
Who knows?
anyone.
They might be secretly hating me all this time.
No, if we hated you, we wouldn't be talking to you.
Yay. Friendship.
Yay for acceptance.
Hey. So what we're saying is here, you can be sexually harassed and eventually they'll accept you.
Oh yeah,
I'm out of here.
we definitely harass you enough, but it's all for good laughs.
Oh yeah. Oh,
we won't harass you to the point where you're sad. We only harass you to the point where you're like embarrassed, and then you kind of laugh at yourself a little while afterwards.
Oh, don't worry. With my other group of friends, they've repped me a lot harder than you three have. You've been going on easy mode compared to those lot.
Oh, Penny, you hear that? We have to try harder now.
All I have to do is nuzzle them, and that does the trick.
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
See?
Give me your Damn it! This isn't the avatar where I can grab your tongue.
All right. I think we still have time for something else. Does anyone have like another topic they want to talk about? Or maybe something they want to add? Or maybe give an update?
How come you chose those skins? Or what is the evolution of your choices of skins from your first one to the one you currently are? Like, does it make you the more comfortable wearing those, or is it just something that you find is cool?
Huh. All right. That's actually a pretty
What
good
I
question.
find is a lot of people wear their avatars because it represents them the best. Like, this is all skinny, but I'm not the most skinniest person in the world. This is what I would like to look like. So that's why I go around like this.
Dressed in all black as if you were part of some poetry reading club that goes down to the basement of a cafe.
Yeah, I missed my. I completely bypassed my emo phase. I want it back. Yes, I demand the full human experience of growing up from happy to gloomy and then happy again. You're not living until you have every part of that.
So, when I started in VR chat, I was the fallback character of the Plague Doctor. Because
okay, yeah.
Because my favorite color is black, and I thought the Plague Doctor looked pretty cool. And then from there, I found what was this? I think it's a Marvel or a DC character. I can't remember what they were. Game Master, I think it was, or Sports Master. Can't remember which one it is, but when it was October 2019, Oktoberfest or Halloween Fest, whatever VR chat does around that time, I saw this being advertised in one of their videos for it. And I'm like, oh, that's me. I found it, I became it, and I loved it because it fit with my profile picture that I used at the time. It was a demon. It was a skeleton with the horns and a suit holding a human skeleton running on a hamster wheel. I thought this was like the closest I'll ever get to that, and I wanted to match my profile picture.
Right. When did you say you got this?
In 2019? Or maybe it was 2020.
Wow.
No, it was 2020. Or no. Jeez, when was it? No, it was actually 2021. That's when I got it. I haven't been on VR that long, and I kind of... And my brain went burr.
So it's been almost 2 years since you have that avatar, huh?
Yeah. So
you really are needed for an update, aren't you, Agent?
Well, be quiet. All right.
Hey, I got there. I got him.
Okay, I like this avatar.
It is very cool.
What about you, Penny? When I first saw you, you were that kitty avatar. Before you became Penny.
Oh.
Yep, this was the one.
She still has it. Very tiny.
Yeah, very tiny. Very provocative.
I would say the size makes out for the shyness that you were talking about at the start. It's very
small compared to.
What was the question again?
from the start of the first avatar you chose to now, what was the evolutionary process of it? Because most people choose their final avatar, like Agent and me, as this is who we are as a person, sort of.
Well, the evolution, it did start off with that kitty avatar, and then on occasion I would dress up as... Give me a second, I need to find out. Danganronpa 2, the Ultimate Inventor. Miu.
Oh.
Miu Iruma? I don't actually have the avatar on me, but let's just say... Oh, and I also used to walk around in a Lucario avatar as well. Not the lewd one, it was a regular one.
Oh, I remember the lewd one. That's the one that can change into the
No, yeah, that one.
I love how people have to specify lewd and non-lewd.
Now the one that Penny's talking about is the one they used for when we played Prison Escape with Matt Poole, Overlord.
Oh, is it that image you showed
Drag-Off,
on your disc?
Gummy. Yeah, you know,
Or the one with the
damn
large
boy,
ass.
he thick, boy. That's
Yeah.
a thick ass boy. God damn.
Hang on.
You want that? Hi.
No,
How
I
you
could offer
doing?
you I could offer you something else.
Yeah. What do you offer?
Damn, boy. Damn, boy! He's thick, boy! That's a thick ass boy! Damn!
Speaking of which,
And that's my. I think
I
that's
would've
my
done the
most viewed video too.
yeah, I was gonna say, I swear I didn't notice until I watched one of the clips that you put up, Asian, of when you were dissing me about King's Corner or whatever. But this avatar, when it's on its knees, damn, it's got a nice ass.
Well, thank you for wearing pants today.
You're welcome.
So yeah, I would switch between characters for certain things. Like for Erebos, I would switch between Lucario and the Ultimate Inventor from Danganronpa. And for regular social interactions, before I kind of met you guys, but met Agent a bit, I'd walk around in that kitty avatar. But then one day, and I'm sorry this is going to sound a little bit lewd, but it's part of the storyline. At one point, I was having sexual relations with a particular person in VR chat, and I was under the impression that they had finished, if you know what I meant, IRL. Turns out that they were just acting, and I took it really bad because, well, if people finish, I know that I've done a good job, and he kind of felt bad about that, and he had one of Ghostly's horse avatars, and as an apology, he made it for me. He changed the skin color, changed the hair color a bit.
Oh.
And, well, that's where Penny originally came from. Unfortunately, the hair was stuck, which was something we only recently noticed. And it didn't have Go Loco on it. So Passion over there made a separate version of this where the hair actually moved. I don't know how they did it. And it also has Go Loco on it now. And then, of course, after that, Ryu, a friend of mine, gave me... there goes the chair. Gave me... There we go. A Mama Gen.
Why are all these avatars you have huge?
I don't
And
know.
thick.
Yeah, they're huge and thick. You don't need to make it thicker. Even though I think some of our viewers wouldn't
Hang on.
mind.
Oh, good. I did do the right one to turn it. Because if I do the wrong interaction, the top comes off.
I would have
Oh,
edited it
dear.
out. so don't worry about it.
But the fun thing about the Mama Gen avatar is Penny actually wears glasses, and her right eye is red and her left eye is blue. So, which is something that the Pony avatar never had.
Wow.
Well, it did in character, but never in VR. So, yeah, that's the evolution of the Penny avatars. I do have one more in the works, but it's a real work in progress at the moment.
Well, at least this one has clothes on it.
Well, this dress is for what is it?
Well, this is
Press Your
gonna
Luck
be
when
a
I'm
pretty.
hosting.
This is going to be a pretty nice surprise for me when I watch the podcast because I can't see it.
Oh yeah, it's Quest. I forgot your Quest.
He's working on it.
Questy.
And clean new. It's clean, so don't worry.
Anything else you like that on?
And I also have. Oh. But yeah, that's basically. And that's basically it. And I'm thankful for Passion putting Go Loco on this one.
Speaking of Passion, what about you? What was the first avatar skin that you had that came to this one that you're currently using?
Well, initially I got on and started out with where is it? One called Genshin Ronin. It was just kind of like little, I wouldn't say a femboy, but like kind of just like a short e-boy kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And from there I kind of went through other ones like ones by Floopy Loopy, and then I got into like the Plague Doctor. Not the one you were talking about, but it's a different one. From there I went to like this devil, like optimized demon avatar. And for a long time I repped this one that's basically considered abandonware at this point. Actually, well, before that there was this like succubus femboy one, and then I had one that Ryu made me that I kind of used for a little bit, although I'm not particularly attached to furry avatars, so I didn't use it for long. But I used the Mercedes one by Yuki Trap for a long time, which I called Riley, because that was, that's like my gender fluid name. And I used the Riley one for a long time, but because it was broken in some areas and didn't have all the features I wanted, I ended up buying this Bratty Batty one. I'm forgetting who made it. But yeah, so that's kind of where I am now.
Wait, so this is a bat?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a bat kind of thing, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like a bunny. The ears throw me off.
Well, it does have bunny ears. I don't know why.
Maybe they wanted to make it
So
look
like
cuter. Maybe that's why.
Maybe a Rouge type thing then.
So
what other stuff?
I think that's all the time that we have for now. So
Oh, fair enough.
that's how VR changed us, and that's how the evolution of our first avatars to the avatars we're currently using now has happened. So if you haven't gotten a VR headset yet, try getting one as soon as possible. You can be like Jackie over here and get a Quest, Or, in his case, I think it was passion that bought him a quest. Wasn't that right?
And I bought him
we
that
went
avatar
halves.
too.
Or you
Yeah,
can...
I'm very thankful for everything that Passion has helped me with.
So,
And everybody else, of course.
yeah, so a quest is a great gift. And I have to alliterate that they are not a sponsor of this podcast. What is a sponsor of this podcast is otakuanime.com. Go to otakuanime.com and use my promo code AgentReaperVR to get 25% off your order before shipping and handling. So that's the time that we have for today. Thank you for joining our podcast. We'll see you next time, everyone. Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.
We'll be right back.